Good morning, Stampers. This is Sandra with Krafty Kreations with Sandra. Today's video is for the free card kit that you get with your orders, and this one is for your March orders. We will be making a fun fold. It's a gatefold card with a belly band. So I will walk you through the steps. It's pretty simple. I used the daisy punch, and I used one of the pretty perennials dies for the center. And look at this. This card doesn't have any sentiment. So you will be able to make it whatever you want. You can make it a birthday card, an anniversary card, thank you card, thinking about you, get well, whatever you want. There's no sentiment. All right, so let's get started. These card kits are free with your orders every month. For every $30 that you order, you get one card kit. All right, and I have been distributing those since yesterday. So hopefully most of you have them, and if you don't, you soon will. So let's get started. We will be starting, I'm going to review the pieces, all right? The pieces that you need. You're going to need the base, which I'm using basic black, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 2 1/8, and I did not score the other side because I'm going to show you a trick, all right? I'm going to give you a tip about that. Then I have one piece of a granny apple green that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the inside of our card right here. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4, and that's going to be the inside. Then I have two pieces that measure 2 inches by 5 1/4, 2 by 5 1/4, and I need two of those. Those are going to be the side panels on the front, not on the inside. And then I have two pieces of the designer paper that measure 1 3/4 by 5. All right, so that's going to be the front on the front panels. And then I have two daisies, and I have one center. And you know, you can use any flower, you can use any designer paper that you have. Oops, I'm off to the side, sorry about that. You can use any designer paper, you can use any color to duplicate this. And then I have a piece that is 1 inch by 11, and we will need to trim that a little bit, but this is what you start with. All right, so let's get started by folding our card base first. So we're gonna fold on the score line that I already have, and we're gonna use our bone folder to make that a nice crisp fold. And I like to do it on both sides, as you know. So then I could have scored the base at 1 1/8 here, but it's not always exact. And then sometimes I end up with a gap here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna fold it over, and I'm gonna meet it right in the middle, but it up right against the fold. And then I'm gonna fold it with my bone folder. So now it matches perfectly. There's no gap. You see, I only scored one side, and then I brought the other one to meet in the center. So that was my tip. This is actually a pretty fast card once you have all of your pieces prepared. So I'm going to first put in the granny apple green in the center on the inside. And here's another tip. You know, when you cut your cardstock, there seems to be a ridge. If you just run your bone folder over it, it disappears. So you can do that. There's always a ridge. You can see it right here. You can feel it. So if it happens to be on the front of your cardstock, then just push it back with the bone folder. I'm going to attach this piece right in the center. And there's my gatefold card, the center, the inside of my gatefold card. Now I'm going to glue the designer paper, and I could actually use this if I wanted to. I might just do it that way just for a different look. I actually like the daisy side better, but I already have a daisy card, so I'm just gonna give this a try. I'm just gonna center that. And here again, if you see those ridges, just use your bone folder and they'll settle back down. I just wanna center this. And I have the ridges because I had originally intended to use the other side. So I cut it. If you cut it this way, the ridge will be back here. So if I'm intending to use this side, I need to cut it this way so the ridge will be on the opposite side. Did that make sense to you? So I'm just getting rid of the ridges. All right, so now I'm gonna do the other panel. And I'm gonna center that right here. And then I'm going to glue those onto the front. It's pretty basic. And I told you I was gonna try to make project sheets, and I'm still gonna try. I just haven't had a chance. So here you have, you actually have two options. You can put it all the way to the edge. I didn't do that already, but I could have put it all the way to this edge, and then my card would be like this. If I did it all the way to the edge, there would be no gap. But I already centered it, so there will be a black strip in the middle. But you can choose either way. They both look nice. Just a slightly different look. So this one goes here. I want to center it. Try to match up my space down here and on the top. Try to match my space on the sides. So there's my card, the base of my card. Look at that. How easy is that? And like I tell you, any paper, any color, any designer series paper. So now I'm going to take my strip, my 1-inch strip, and this would just match your card base, whatever color you're using. Put it towards the back. We've made belly bands lots of times. I'm just going to set it straight on my mat here. You see this line? I'm just going to follow this line. And then I'm going to make sure my card is straight. So I can slide it up and down. So where it is doesn't matter as long as it's straight. And I'm using this line down here. So then I'm going to fold this over, not tightly. I'm actually going to move my card slightly over, slightly, tiny bit. And then I'm going to fold this over, also making sure that it's not tight. And when I fold it, because I moved it that slight little bit, I'm gonna have space. But look, I can test it. If it's too tight, I'm gonna know. Oops, hold on. I can test it, look. Just have to hold on to those pieces. All right, now you see how this one is too long. So I can actually trim about 1 inch or a little over 1 inch. I'm gonna trim about 1 inch. And now there's an overlap where it's not super long. Okay, so here's my belly band. What I do, I wanna make it straight. Using my lines here again on my mat. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on this edge right here and a little bit of glue on this edge right here. So when I close it, there will be glue here and here. And then I want to line it up so it's straight. And then before I give it a chance to completely adhere, I want to test it to see if it slides up and down. And it does. Just have to do it evenly. And then I'm going to hold it so it can adhere completely. All right, so there's my belly band. Now I'm going to work on my flower. I'm going to curl the ends like we've done a whole lot of times. So one of the things I try to do is if I recommend something, you buy something like, oh, you should get the daisy punch. Oh, you should get the daisy punch. Then I try to use it so that you can see that there's lots of ways to use it, and then it won't be sitting on your shelf collecting dust. So what I did is I curled them both, but then I flipped one on the opposite side so the petals are pointing in opposite directions, and that just gives it more dimension. And I'm gonna glue those together. I'm not gonna use a dimensional. And I'm gonna center them so they cover the gaps between the petals. Oops, I'll just let that slide out of place. Good thing is the liquid glue gives you time, so you can always reposition it. There we go. Just hold it for a few seconds. And then I'm going to take a little dot of glue in the center, and this is from the perennial bundle. What's it called? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I have it right here. That's from this stamp set. It's right here. Here it is. Remember I've been telling you I love this stamp set? Well, it's this. Ooh, dice it right here. And it's this little center right there. And so these are the dies. They're super useful. I love them. All right, so now I'm going to take a dimensional. And I'm going to actually see if I could put 2 dimensionals. I can. I should have made it more straight, and that way I can line them up. Look, I'm going to make it straight here and straight here. So there's more space for it to adhere. And then I'm going to put it right in the center. And voila, there is my card. Now I could choose, and I'm going to show you, but I didn't give you these pieces because I want you to be free to do whatever you want. I want you to be a little bit creative in how you change these cards if you choose to change them, or to add to them, or to use your stash. So I'm just looking for, a birthday piece, a stamp pin. I'm going to use this happy birthday right here. Now, you may already have this set, so it wouldn't be hard to duplicate what I'm doing. And I'm going to find a scrap. Here's a scrap of white. I'm going to stamp it, and I'm going to use black because black is obviously a color that matches. And I'm just doing this on the fly. I didn't plan it. I just want to show you how you can make it into something that you hadn't really thought of. Or I don't want to tell you exactly how to do it. Just wanted to show you how you can do it. Let's see if I do it here. If I do it here. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I've also shown you how to do this. You just use your punch, and then I'm gonna put it in from the inside here. Remember, you just stick it in there, give it a chance. It's a little putsy, but you can do it. Just gonna slide it in. Oops. Oh, here's an idea. Look, I slide it in this way. Duh. I'm just lining it up because I'm only gonna punch the bottom. I'm making this punch that is slightly too long into the size that I want. And there, I just made myself a little badge looking thing. I could have done it with any of the punches that I have. And now I'm going to take a dimensional. Look at how easy this was. And if I'm going to do this, I could have chosen to put my flower a little bit to the side. Let me see if I can move it. I don't think I will be able to move it, but let me try. No, I'm not going to move it. I'm going to put my sentiment right here. I'm just putting, look at that. I'm just putting it low enough so it doesn't stick out. You could still see it. I could have made it a little lower, but here, there, you see what I did. I just added a sentiment and I made it a happy birthday card. I could have used a circle if you have a circle punch. And so there's my belly band. There's my card. I can show, well, there's two variations. That one says happy birthday, this one doesn't. And you know, I really like using this side. It really highlights the daisy. So I hope you liked it. Thank you for your orders. I truly appreciate them. And if you ordered whatever amount you ordered, you will get one for every $30, and that's $30 before taxes and shipping. And I tried to give you a minimum of one. So up to $30, you'll get one, all right? Thank you so much, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.